Hey people, this is my little rant for the day. I've been having some issues with the way DOT and any state trooper that may pull you over to check your weight does anything. I got a ticket about a month ago over an axle being overweight. And I don't understand how these scales actually function as to how you load a vehicle when you're at a location, especially when you're hauling waste. The scales aren't the same. Why is it that a state trooper or a DOT that pulls you over and checks your weight goes ahead and uses simple little scales that actually weigh the axle? Shouldn't it be the same way you load at any location, that you weigh the whole truck as is, whether it's, you know, a 40,000 pound truck, 60,000, 80,000, or an overweight in New York for 103. No matter what it is, it's 80,000. If it's anywhere below that, within a 2% radius, I believe they give you a 2% off from whatever weight it has. And that truck should be not overweight. Yet I got pulled over. They weigh the axles, and depending on how the person at the landfill, at the local dump weighs you, depending on how they load you, that's how your load's going to be weighed. Basically, if the guy puts light, not heavy items in the front, and all the heavy items in the back, your rear axle is going to be a little overweight. You don't have no control over this, but yet you weigh the whole truck. It's within spec, 80,000, 79, whatever the heck it is, as long as you're not over the 80. And I got a ticket for one of my axles being overweight, because most of the weight was in that axle. I don't know, I'm kind of in disagreement with the way they do things, because if that was a legal way of checking everything, then everybody should weigh the same way. Even the dumps where you come out of, everywhere. I find that to be like a form of knowing that they're going to find a defect, because of the fact that there's no way to actually calculate how much each axle weighs. And maybe anybody has a comment about this. Maybe somebody in law enforcement watches the message.
2 miles. Use the right 2 lanes to take exit 31 NS for Cross Island Parkway toward Whitestone Bridge, Kennedy Airport.
Why are the scales being used at local places for cops or DOT, state troopers, whatever, being used per axle when nobody in their mind, nobody in any location weighs per axle, no matter where you go? So how is it that it's okay for the state troopers, DOTs, to weigh you that way when you have no clue what the heck you weigh? Everybody could be loaded wrong, and we won't know. So I'm in disaccord with what's going on. I find that to be something that's being done intentional, because they know that they could get away with it, to give tickets, and they know it's going to, work on their behalf. And that's just my opinion. If anybody has a comment or anything, maybe they can let me know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I believe that's something that should be looked into. Anyway, thanks for listening, guys. Maybe somebody could enlighten me a little bit about that. Thank you.